Better. What's going on, everybody? Uh, so Rye went live on me, so I figure what the heck, I'll jump on if I can get this anchored. There we go. That's a little better. What's going on, everybody out there? I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth since I've got chat going on over here too on Discord. Can't stand to it. Yeah. Okay. What's up, Brad? So yeah, I've done this fast a few times, so it's just I haven't done it in almost a year, so I'll just do 3 days of water only, and then I'll do that every week for 3 weeks, basically. But yeah, it really helps reset the system. So feel better, more energy, get that sugar and salt and all the other crap out of your system. So yeah. So I'm like bouncing with things right now as far as work goes. What are you up to? My audio coming in okay? Since I'm not sure if it's working. I guess I could double check it. Yeah, do it, Brad. I guess audio is working. Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, so jump on when you get a minute. I just figured it's been quite a while since I've gone. Now, of course, sorry guys, that was probably loud. Um, but I do need to follow up with this person, so let me find him over here. Hang on one sec. Don't you love it when you get calls when you're doing stuff like that? All right. Sorry. Hey guys. Been bouncing around. I've got too much going on this morning, and I decided to go live. What am I doing anyhow? So yeah, I wanted to check in with everybody, see how everything's been going. It's been a while since I've done a live, so been a while since I've done any of my YouTubes. I've just been slammed there before Christmas. So playing catch up for the month of December on getting a lot of jobs done at the end of the year for people that wanted stuff done in that budget year. So now I've still got a good amount of projects, but now they're a little bit more spread out, so we're okay. I got to catch up on a few things that we put off in December. I've got another truck wrap, another van wrap, plus normal projects. I think actually I haven't posted anything about it. I'll probably post a video in the future about it. But did another job where we've got 150 plus aluminum composite signs that we have to ship to 75 different locations. We have to do all the packaging and everything. So that's been taking quite a bit of time too. So that's still in process. We're doing that luckily in 3 batches. So one batch of 25 shipments is ready to go. I'm waiting on the shipping labels from the company that we're doing this for. And then I've got another batch of 25, which is right behind. They're actually almost complete. I just need to do all the packing. Then we got to do the final batch. But luckily I've got another couple weeks on that. So, but they're still playing catch up, I guess, too, since I don't have any shipping information or anything yet from them. Anyhow. So we knocked out a bunch of canvas and art prints for another artist collective company. And then they shot me an order last night saying that they needed another canvas. So got that in process right now. Got the van graphics in process right now. Got the truck design done and invoice forwarded over to them. now I need to play catch up on invoicing, by the way. So I don't know about you guys, but the end of the year, I was trying to keep money set back, let's just say. So I didn't do any of my deposits for December until today or yesterday. So it goes on this year instead of last year. So I'm still behind on invoicing from last year as well. So that'll get dumped in. What about you guys? I'm not getting much chat. So, and then the other thing I'm wanting to do is I'm replacing my table saw, my older table saw. It basically is a 52-inch fence. What's up, NorCal? It's basically a 52-inch fence saw, so it takes up actually like over 7 feet, 6.5 feet. And I haven't used it since I moved back here, because it's in the same room that my laminator's in and all my other finish work's in, so I don't want that dust and mess. So really, it's nothing but a table right now. So I'm going to be getting rid of that. So I just bought a replacement. I got another DeWalt contractor saw like I used to have like 10 plus years ago. So I'm going to build a new stand, a collapsible stand for that that's barely wider than it, but I'm going to have flip up wings on both sides. So I've got a side feed and an out feed. That'll make it basically almost the same size. It'll make it almost 6 feet, but only when I need it. Otherwise, it'll be collapsed down and won't take up all that space. So that's another project I've got in the queue. I almost bought that wood yesterday, but was busy with other things. So I think I might do that Thursday or Friday this week if I can make time. I've got to do a strip graphics off of another van for an older customer. We didn't do the graphics, but it's been on. They bought another church basically, and the graphics have been on for like 8 years. So we've got to strip those off for them. And then we're going to work on wrap designs for the buses and vans. Luckily, again, not a priority right now, but I need to try and squeeze that in Friday, as well as do the graphics on another van that we need to do. So what else for you guys? What else is going on? Anything fun? I'm going to wander out there in the shop in a minute. My friend uses an air compressor to remove wraps. Yeah, that doesn't work. If the wrap's not been on a long time and you just once you get under an edge, you can put the compressor under it and blow it up and make stripping a little bit easier. But it really depends on the material as well. Something like 1105 is easy either way. The 3M is depending on the air or the age. Hats, and more hats. Well, that's good, man. Hats are good. Yeah, hats are good. I haven't done a ton of embroidery actually lately. Of course, I haven't been promoting it either. Actually, I've been moving like on the cap stuff. Well, actually, even on some of the other items, we've been doing more and more of the leather patches, so it's just quicker. So we've done a lot more of those. Supply chain's back online. Not, I guess, to a certain extent. Yeah. Richardson's are more back for sure. Same with Yopongs. You can get more of them. Some decent inventory. Not crazy, not super high, but not bad. Yeah, we've been doing mostly the leather patches. So we'll just engrave the leather patches, and then we'll just either you can sew them on. Now we're using the heat activated adhesive versions, and actually I've got a few that we did years ago, and they're still holding up totally fine. So we've kind of moved to that as far as just a quick one. Yeah. Post beds the way that I actually did it years ago, but now, gosh, with this new material, it's so easy without having to deal with the post bed. So I know a couple other guys are actually using rivets, so they're just doing 2 rivets to hold them in, which is interesting. It's not a bad idea. Works better for real leather than it does for the composites or the faux leathers, just because it's thicker and more dense. Yeah, yeah, they work well. Yeah, I mean, if you ever want a couple samples, let me know. I'd be happy to do a few for you. I've got quite a few people I've been doing them for, brokering wise, for other shops. Actually, I just did two rush orders for a customer right before Christmas. It's gonna get a little jumpy, but let me try and grab the phone off here. Faux leather. Um, Actually, here's the canvas I'm about to do. So let me go out there. Whoops, hold on. Where's the crud? There we go. That's better. All right, get out, get out here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah. So this is a now these are cool because they're black and they actually engrave like silver gray. So these actually look really good. Then of course, we've got like, that style. I do the faux stitch around it. Um, we've got that. I've got different. I can send you. Remind me or email me, and I'll send you a link, or message me on YouTube if you want, and I'll send you a link to the different color combinations that we have in the faux leather that's heat applied. Um, they work real well. Yeah, exactly. JDS. Yep. Yeah, those are the ones we've been using, and yeah, they've been good. Oh, that's another thing. So I did this Rush quote unquote sign, 4 foot by 4 foot aluminum composite sign for a guy, another broker deal, local, um, like 3 weeks, yeah, almost 3 weeks before Christmas. And I still haven't had him. He wants us to deliver it, but he hadn't told us when and where yet. So yeah, I gotta love some of these Rush jobs. Um, so well, let's see. There's the big table saw that I was talking about. So 54-inch fence, but it's mostly just a work table now. So I'm replacing that with the DeWalt. So much smaller. It won't take up the room. I've got my Incra jig on it right now. Um, but anyhow, try to make better use of the space out here. And I don't use the table saw that often ever since I got the FSC. That FSC cutter is phenomenal. It does most of all my cutting. But when it comes to like wood and foam, the table saw still works best. But for aluminum composite, aluminum, acrylic, glass, I can do glass on that. For foam core, for coroplast, for all that stuff, the FSC is great. No dust, no mess, clean cuts, great. So that's kind of the way I've gone with that stuff. Let me get back up on a tripod so I can not have you guys flying around the room. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, yeah. Send me info. Um, what are you doing? Are you doing Richardson's right now? Good old Richardson caps. Sorry, that was probably loud. The phone's been ringing like crazy. I guess I could put it in do not disturb mode when I go live. Yeah, the Richardsons, yeah. Um, I don't have many Richardsons here right now, but like I said, we haven't been doing near as much embroidery here lately. So, oh, and when I was mentioning those packaging on all those signs, that's a stack of part of it, and I've got more over there. Most colors and brands in stock. Well, that's good. That's good. Hey, Mr. Postman. How you doing, man? Yeah, I figured what the heck I'd jump on a little bit. I meant to go live before New Year's and I didn't, and I had just been so busy playing catch up at the end of the year. I didn't do any YouTube videos, didn't do any lives. So I figured I've got a little bit more time today. I'm kind of playing catch up, and what the heck, might as well jump on. 5,000 hats. Wow, good deal. So you're stocked up. So you're ready to do some embroidery then. That's good. I've been I'm almost trying to move away from embroidering hats because you know how they are. I mean, they're a pain. I'd rather embroider the flat stuff and then use the patches on the caps. But obviously I've got customers that want both, so we'll continue as needed. A little bit more screen printing lately that I've been sending out, just since we don't have the room to do it here anymore. It's all in storage. Um, so that still happens on a smaller scale. Yeah. Oh, there's no question. I mean, I'll have real good cycles where we'll knock out a couple hundred caps and have very minimal problems, and then others where it's like the design and the way it's digitized is just not quite perfect, and we end up with needle breaks, blah blah blah, the standard problems. But then we'll go periods where we've got almost zero problems, so I don't know. Does headwear take up less space? I honestly don't think it does. I think I can get more shirts in the space that my headwear takes up. Um, but it's tricky. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It all works. I mean, you got to just figure out what works for you. Oh, screen printing trucker hats. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't done. I don't know. Even when I was screen printing, I don't think I ever did caps. Um, I did HTV on caps way back, especially when because we do print HTV, so we did quite a bit of print HTV on hats, not so much screen printing. Um, I don't even know if I've done any screen printed jobs on caps actually. Now that I think about it, it's always typically been HTV, until we started doing embroidery. And then, of course, now, like I said, we do more of the patches. So we'll typically just engrave the patches, and it's quick work. So I will say, yeah, I guess it's all relative. Quick work. It's quick work for you physically, the time that it takes. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's flatten platens. Then there's formed platens. Yeah, there's a couple different platens for caps. So um, usually I build my own. Um, I was building all my own platens. We did all kinds of odd things. I mean, we screen printed on frisbees. We did boxes. We did all kinds of stuff. So I built jigs for a lot of those. But I just never, like I said, never really had the need or desire, I guess, to to do screen printed caps. So it is what it is. I've got, let's see, I'm trying to remember. I've got, let's see, where is it? I don't know that I have. Yeah, I don't have it over there right now. Lasers back there with the FSC. Like I said, the FSC's been the biggest time saver for me. Time saver and mess saver. Um, Good example here is the FSC I use for cutting down all the aluminum composite for this job. We've got, like I said, 150. I think it's 154 aluminum composite signs that we have to do. 2 foot by 2 foot. Job shrunk over time. It's down to 2 foot by 2 foot. Um, and so I just bought 4x8 sheets, and man, the FSC made quick work of breaking them all down. And then I bought the boxing, which you can kind of see here, part of the packing. The boxes, what I did was, these are all heavy duty cardboard, and what I ended up doing was I bought 50, I think it's 56 inch by 104 heavy duty cardboard, and then we cut that down on the FSC. Super easy. I get basically four pieces, enough for 2 shipments out of every piece. And then what we do is we wrap it around the foam, around the signs, one direction, Then we turn it 90 degrees and wrap another one around the foam the other direction. So man, it's good and beefy. It should hold up. Signs should make it there well. So between two layers of HD cardboard, and then I've got 1 inch foam, uh, basically as the bread of the sandwich, and then the signs are inside the sandwich. So they should be pretty dang safe. So this is our first shipment where we're, like I said, waiting on shipping labels, and then we'll get those out. But that's here. Let me do it this way. So those are the signs. So aluminum composites. So well, what was the wow? What was the wow for? I must have missed that. Sorry. Can you die cut them? No, I can't. I mean, in theory, you could die cut, but you know the way a true die cut works is you actually make a die and you have to like stamp them out. So I'm not gonna make a die that size and do that. So, um, you know, I mean, you can theoretically die cut, but it's not truly a die. But with the FSC, like I said, it's all super quick and easy. Oh, the frisbees. Yeah, no, the frisbees were great. That platen was super easy to make. I mean, I basically just used. I think it's three. I think I used 3/4 MDF because that's what I had at the time. I still got the jig actually. It's in storage. Um, but yeah, we just made a 3/4 inch circle jig. Cut it out to fit the frisbee. Lay the frisbee on. Flatten it in. There's a little piece that I made on the top to kind of match the insert of the frisbee. And so it just sits perfectly flat on it. So we'd go around and press them. Yeah, worked well. Of course, you got to use special ink on the frisbee because you know it's an interesting plastic. I'm trying to remember if that was polypropylene. So we used a UV cure ink on those. But then I switched. Now when I do those, do I have any here? I bet you I have one here. Now when I do those, I don't. I just do a printed and laminated graphic, so it's way easier. So that way we can pre-print them and have them ready to go, and we don't have to worry about tying up all the frisbees with one company's logo set. So I can just have the blanks, and then I just have a bunch of the circles printed with full color graphics for the different companies that we do those for. And so they just say, hey, we need another 100 frisbees. I just stick another 100 graphics on them, and they're done. And it's full color instead of just 1, 2, or 3 colors. So we kind of switched away from doing those the way we used to do them. Now with bigger orders, when we were doing a bunch of them, it still made sense. But the challenge with that is, since they're UV cure, it takes a lot of time to print those and have the space to cure them out. So yeah, a little bit of a pain, but it is what it is. How's it going on the new space across the street or behind you or wherever it is? What are you waiting on that space? You still doing some remodel work? I'm assuming so. I know you were doing some. I know that can take some time, especially around the holidays. I mean, that's kind of, when I was remodeling the last shop that I was moving into, uh, we started that in the 1st of January. So did like remodeling for 2.5 months. Now the bulk of that we did ourselves. We tore out walls. We tore out, yeah, we did a lot in that 2.5 months, but we did most of the work ourselves. I only contracted a little bit of it. Oh, okay, yeah, flooring. Yeah, that can. Oh, and you're refinishing the concrete, so you having it all ground? You having somebody come through and grind it, and then refinish it, or do they have to float it and do new float? Or I guess it depends on the kind of work you're having done. We actually grinded some of our own in the shop that we were remodeling in January of 2020, January through March, I guess. Um, yeah, it was a little messy, but oh yeah, lots of patches too. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to just throw down, do the quick patch and then just free float the floor. Only thing is you can't put any kind of finish over it for another 30 to 60 days. But what kind of expansion, NorCal? Lately, my expansion's just equipment and stuff. Although I don't have room for much, things have changed a lot in since the pre-COVID days. Bigger space, cool. Yeah, I realized I threw away $300,000 in rent over the years, and I'm like, that's just silly. So now that I've been comfortable here for the last almost 3 years, until I can buy land and build a building, I'm not going to move out. I don't think again. So my screw up was 4 years ago. I had the chance to do that when land was $100,000. Now it's $860,000. So, and the cost of the building's up 50% too. So, oh, okay. What do you, what two are you looking at selling? Texas is cheap. It's cheaper than NorCal. I'll give you that, but it's still expensive. I mean, it's all relative. Oh, okay. Two singles. You gonna get a four head, a six head? What are you looking at? Oh, a two. Oh, no, that was a typo. Gotcha. New six. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I went with the two head when I bought my first. It definitely was worth the little bit of extra cash. It was only like 40% more money, and it only takes up like less than 40% more space. So I was like, let's go that way because, if things move and you start doing a lot of orders, you can cut your moves in half, cut your orders speed in half. So it was a worthwhile investment to get the two head. Got it. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, if you've already got other singles, keep a single for doing prototypes and small jobs and stuff while you got your two head busy doing other work. Same with the new six head. Which six head are you looking at? No, I agree. And I'm not that. Oh, nice, the Barrington. Okay. Now I've heard. I had a friend that was another local guy that was wanting to get I think it was a six head. Yeah, six head Barrington, and they were like so behind. So he ended up getting the Tajima. I mean, they were like months and months out. They couldn't even give him an ETA. So he ended up getting the Tajima. So a little bit more money, but he was able to get it in a couple weeks. So I don't know what it's like out there right now. 9 months. Yeah. See, that's just insane that they're that far behind. So yeah, that was his problem. He needed something quick, and it was his first machine. This is six head Tajima. So, but he did bring in somebody that had a lot of embroidery experience, so they're kind of helping run that part of the business. So, and then he's got a Rock Auto for screen printing side. And then one of the other guys that I do a lot of work with, he's got two autos, and then he's got a six head. He does have the Barrington, but he's had it. He's had it like 3 years. It was like right before COVID, or right. No, it was just after COVID. So it wasn't so bad yet. And he's in the middle of adding another building now, doubling his space. So he's going to add another one on when that's done. But he's smart. He owns the land and he's building his own building. So he built the buildings he's in now, and then he's about to double that size. Actually, more than double because he's building upstairs for offices. Land's End. Interesting. Interesting. So they're buying everything that they've got, huh? That's an interesting, interesting deal. Yeah, yeah, it's working well for him. He's only in his he's only been in. Let's see, he moved out of the house 3 years ago. He was in one building. Then he moved to another little larger building. Then he found the land that he's on now, and it had a small house. So they remodeled the house, moved into the house, and then built the building on the property. And now he's adding another building to the property. And he said, as of like middle of December, he was at just under just under 2 million in sales for last year. So he's growing like crazy. So he's doing well, and he just added wide format. He used to source that for me, but well, me and Sticker. What's the big sticker site? I forget the name of it. He was sending a lot to them too, and he's like, man, he says I can do this in house, and so now I'm like, I've been doing some training with him. But yeah, so he bought one of the new resin Epsons, Graph Tech, laminator. He spent like 30 grand, so he set himself up pretty well. Just see how he learns, how quick it all comes together. I was wondering where I put this wrench. I had it over here at the laser. So anyhow, like I said, I'm not doing any specific work at the moment. I am, but I mean, been like I said, working on design and some other stuff. Yeah, yeah, get to work. Yeah, man. Like I said, give me a ring or shoot me an email or a text or a message or whatever, and I can forward over you some of the examples. I will say pricing is not fixed because obviously pricing varies depending on the job. So I don't have like a standard price list for that stuff. But you send me over the art and how many you're looking for and on which material, and I'll have an estimate for you pretty quick. So just because all these are done on the laser and we charge based on time, so the more complex jobs that take longer add more time. So just FYI, it's just easier that way. Everybody's getting the better deal rather than having just standard flat pricing. I'm gonna have to get me some more water. I don't know if you saw what me and Brad were talking about earlier, but I started my water fasting. So I've been on water only since Sunday afternoon, I guess early evening. All right, man. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, nothing too exciting going on here. Like I said, right now I'm just playing catch up. I do have some van graphics to laminate and get cut and get ready, and I've got some others for another vehicle. Then I'm waiting on deposit for the truck wrap that I just finalized today. And like I said, I really need to just get in there and do paperwork and invoicing because that's where I'm behind right now. Um, and then I'm luckily, because it's not hit yet, it's going to get busy next week. But once I get all the shipping information for these big package orders that I've got to do and we got to ship out. So I got to laminate the next batch of signs, get those stuck and done, and then go get more of the foam and the cardboard and start packing the next batch. So that's where the table saw comes in. And that's the advantage of having the portable, is that I can put it outside and not have that mess in here with the laminator and everything else that's in here. So I'm trying to keep all that mess out there. So by building that small compact work area or work cart, if you will, for the smaller saw, it'll help a lot with that. And I've built a smaller dust collector because my big one's in storage, and so that keeps all that down even when it's out there. So. Oh man, let me run back into the office, grab this, and walk. Hang on one second. Let me get this. Whoop, that's weird. Yeah. So that's the next one I got to build a frame for, 3 foot by 3 foot. Not too big, but smaller than a lot of the ones that I do for them. They're typically like, I do a lot of like 4 foot by 4 foot and 4 foot by 6 foot for them. So this is actually a smaller one. So yeah, so anyhow, hoping everybody out there does well and keeps busy and lives the dream, right? So as you can see, it's a little bit messy in here right now. I gotta do some organizing too. Like I said, that end of the year craziness. I did clean the desk a bit yesterday, but now I've got to clean everywhere else. But I want to catch up on some paperwork first. So anyhow, hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you guys next time. Hit the like and subscribe, of course, if you haven't. I'm sure you probably have. That's why you're here. But anyhow, you guys have a good one. Take care. Bye.